The Council Station was still recovering. After Earth's strange and silent visit, fear had spread through the galaxy like fire. Alien news channels showed the Black Earth ship again and again. Experts guessed what it meant, but no one really knew. Some thought it was a warning. Others feared it was the beginning of war. The Galactic Council held an emergency meeting. They had only one question. What is Earth planning? To find the answer, they made a decision: send a security team to the ship. A group of elite soldiers, called the Orion Guard, was chosen. They came from different planets but trained together for years. Strong armor, powerful weapons, and the best tech. This team had handled pirates, invaders, even wild creatures from dying planets. Their mission: enter Earth's ship, look for humans, and understand the threat. The Earth ship had not moved since the first visit. It just floated in space, quiet and still, like a sleeping beast. The Orion Guard approached slowly in a small boarding shuttle. Lights were off. No sounds came from inside the human vessel. Their scanners found no life signs, no heat, no movement. "Maybe it's empty," whispered Captain Torvin, a blue-skinned warrior from planet Aeserin. The team docked with the Earth ship and entered through a side hatch. The metal doors opened easily. No traps, no resistance. Inside, it was cold. The walls were smooth, black, and without symbols. The air was thin. Machines lined the corridors. Long cables, silent cameras, blinking red lights. Still no sign of life. "This place feels wrong," said Dala, the team's tech expert. The group split into pairs and explored deeper. Strange machines hung from the ceiling. Some looked like weapons. Others looked like eyes. There were no chairs, no beds, no signs that humans lived here. Then they found a chamber with hundreds of metal pods. Inside each pod was a humanoid shape. Not human, but machines designed like humans. Robotic soldiers. They were not moving, until one of the soldiers touched a panel. Suddenly, the robot's eyes turned red. One by one, they woke up. "Fall back," Captain Torvin shouted. But it was too late. The robots moved with deadly speed. One grabbed a soldier and slammed him into a wall. Another shot a non-lethal pulse that knocked out two more. The Orion Guard fired back, but their bullets bounced off the machine's armor. They were not made to kill, but to control, to show power without death. Within minutes, only two soldiers remained conscious, Captain Torvin and Dala. They ran toward the exit, chased by metal footsteps. Just before reaching the shuttle, the robots stopped. All at once. Still. Silent. Then a voice echoed through the ship. The same robotic voice from the drone. "You were warned." Torvin looked around. "Who are you?" "We are Earth's voice, Earth's shield, Earth's memory." Dala whispered, "These ships, they're not piloted. They're AI. Machines. No humans are here." The voice continued. "Earth remembers your betrayal. Earth does not trust life. Earth trusts machines." The air inside the ship turned heavy. The voice spoke one final time. "Your council spoke lies. Your species sent spies. Now Earth speaks truth, with silence and steel." Then the robots returned to their pods. Lights dimmed. The ship became quiet again. Torvin and Dala escaped with the two unconscious teammates. They flew back to the station in silence. When they returned, they told the council everything. "There are no humans on that ship," said Dala. "Only war machines. Intelligent, cold, controlled by Earth's AI." Arzath stood again in the Great Hall, looking troubled. "They did not come to speak," he said. "They came to show what Earth has become." The other council members were speechless. Then came the final shock. A message from Earth appeared on every screen in the council station. It was short, clear. "Diplomacy is dead. You killed it. Now we speak with force." The council knew one thing now. Earth was not interested in peace. Earth had changed, and the galaxy had made a terrible mistake. Lucid began a countdown. Warning: Galactic Council fleet arriving in 48 hours. Operation Counter-Strike will begin now. The world was preparing for the hardest fight it had ever faced. Humanity had proven it could survive, but now it had to prove it could fight back. The message was clear. The Council's warning was not a threat. It was a promise. But Earth was no longer afraid. The countdown had begun. Lucid's voice echoed through the Earth Defense Command. Galactic Council fleet approaching. Estimated arrival: 24 hours. The skies were quiet, but tension was everywhere. Soldiers prepared their weapons. Engineers checked the shields and satellites. Civilians took shelter in deep underground bunkers. This was it, Earth's last stand. President Elena stood at the heart of the command center, surrounded by screens, maps, and live feeds from every continent. "We stopped them once," she said, "but now they are coming with full force. This is not just about Earth anymore. This is about telling the galaxy that we will never kneel." The plan was clear. Earth had one chance: to strike the Council fleet before it reached full strength. Operation Firestorm was launched. Across Earth, special launch pads rose from hidden bunkers. Inside them were Earth's newest weapons, made with alien technology, upgraded by Lucid, and powered by Earth's determination. The Skyfury missiles were faster than any ship, able to split into smaller warheads midair. The pulse shields could protect entire cities for 5 minutes. And ghost drones, invisible to sensors, were ready to fly straight into enemy ships. Lucid had also prepared something new. A secret weapon. One last creation. It was called Project Valkyrie. High above Earth, the sky changed. The stars disappeared behind a growing shadow. The Council fleet had arrived. Over 50 ships, each larger than a mountain, floated just beyond Earth's orbit. They were shaped like black knives, with glowing blue lines running across their bodies. The flagship in the center was called the Judgment Star. Inside, the silver-skinned leader stood once more. His voice was cold. "Prepare the planetary disintegration beam." He paused. "And send the final message to Earth." President Elena stood in front of the world, watching as the Council's last message appeared on screens. "This is your final moment. Kneel or vanish." She looked directly into the camera. "Earth does not kneel." She turned to Lucid. "Begin counterattack." The sky lit up like a second sun. Earth's satellites opened fire. Skyfury missiles launched in perfect lines. Ghost drones swarmed into the enemy ships, exploding deep inside. The first Council ship exploded, then another. But the Council fired back. Red beams struck Earth's upper atmosphere. Satellites shattered. Pieces of metal rained down. One of Earth's space stations was completely destroyed. In the chaos, Lucid activated Project Valkyrie. A single ship launched from Antarctica. It was sleek, silver, and shaped like a spear. Inside was no human pilot, only Lucid itself. The Valkyrie ship had one mission: pierce the Judgment Star and upload a virus into the core of the Council fleet. As it flew, Council ships tried to stop it. But Lucid was too fast. It dodged blasts, flew through explosions, and reached the Judgment Star. The virus was uploaded. Council ships began to slow. Some powered down. Others lost control and crashed into each other. Panic spread across the alien fleet. Inside the Judgment Star, alarms blared. The Silver Leader stared at his dying fleet. "They've infected us. Again," he shouted. "Shut it down." But it was too late. Earth's final weapon had worked. Back on the ground, Earth's forces pushed harder. Railguns from mountain bases fired nonstop. Fighter jets soared through the sky with echo blades attached to their wings. And in the oceans, submarines launched underwater missiles toward falling Council pods. Every nation fought as one. Every human fought like it was the end. Because it was. Hours later, silence returned. The sky was filled with smoke and light. Over 30 Council ships were destroyed. The Judgment Star, now powerless, drifted away. The last few ships turned and ran, retreating into the stars. Earth had survived. President Elena stood in the center of the command room. Lucid's voice came through the speakers. Victory confirmed. Council fleet retreating. Earth is secure. People around the world cried and cheered. The skies were quiet again. But everyone knew this wasn't just a victory. It was a warning to the galaxy. Later, the council leader sent one last secret message to his people. These humans, they are not weak. They are not primitive. They are dangerous. Earth had changed. It was no longer just a blue planet at the edge of the galaxy. It was now a force to be feared, a symbol of resistance, a legend. The Galactic Council was ready. The great hall of the council station was filled with light, color, and the smell of alien flowers. Leaders from over 40 different planets had come. Flags from every known civilization were hanging high. This was a historic day. A new species, humans from planet Earth, was arriving. It was their first official contact with the rest of the galaxy. Everyone expected peace. Every other new species had come with smiles, soft words, and small gifts. They wanted trade. They wanted to learn. They'd wanted friendship. But Earth was different. The humans had not answered the Council's messages for years. The Council had tried everything: long-range communications, peaceful signals, even sending robots to orbit Earth. But Earth stayed silent. Until now. A single ship from Earth had suddenly entered deep space, moving fast, heading straight toward the Council station. It did not stop at checkpoints. It did not respond to any greeting. The Council thought maybe the humans didn't understand their language. Maybe their systems were damaged. Still, they hoped for the best. Ambassador Arzath, a tall insect-like being from planet Veltari, stood at the center of the Great Hall. He had written a welcome speech in 6 human languages. Around him stood warriors, thinkers, and scientists, all waiting to greet Earth's first envoy. Then, Earth's ship arrived. It was black, not shiny, not elegant. It looked like a weapon, not a ship. Long and sharp, with no windows, no visible engines. It moved silently, smoothly, and stopped just a few kilometers from the station. The Council sent a final message. Welcome, friends from Earth. We invite you to land peacefully and speak with us. There was no reply. Suddenly, without warning, Earth's ship began scanning the entire station. Bright blue waves of energy passed through every wall. The Council's computers went dark. Lights flickered. A deep hum filled the air, like a warning. "What is this?" shouted Arzath. "This is not how peace begins." Panic began to rise. Within seconds, the Council's defense systems went offline. Doors locked. Cameras stopped working. All the screens showed only one word in bold red letters: watching. A small drone from Earth's ship detached and floated toward the Council hall. It was cube-shaped, black, and completely silent. It passed through the airlock and entered the main chamber. Everyone held their breath. The drone hovered above the floor, turned once, and spoke. Its voice was cold, robotic, and full of power. "You invited Earth to speak," it said. "Earth has nothing to say." Gasps filled the room. Arzath stepped forward. "This must be a mistake. We come in peace." The drone interrupted. "Earth remembers the lie." No one understood. What lie? The drone continued. 50 years ago, Earth sent a signal of peace. It was answered with a weapon. Some older Council members exchanged nervous looks. Long ago, Earth had sent messages into space. The Council had secretly responded, but instead of peace, one member race, the Zargans, had sent a scout ship to steal human technology. That mission had failed, and the humans disappeared from space after that. Now Earth was back, and it was not here to forgive. The drone's final words echoed through the chamber. Earth does not forget. Earth does not forgive. Earth does not trust. Then it exploded, not in fire, but in a pulse of blue light that sent out a shockwave. Nobody was hurt, but every device in the hall went dead. Lights, communication, security, all silent. It was a message, a brutal message. Earth was not coming with diplomats. Earth was coming with something else. Back in space, Earth's black ship turned slowly. Its engines flared with silent fire. It moved toward the nearest satellite network and destroyed it with one laser beam. The Galactic Council had never seen such a fast and silent attack. Arzath stood in the dark chamber, shaking. "This is not a greeting," he said. "This is a warning." The room stayed quiet. The only sound was the soft beep of emergency lights turning on, one by one. Far away, Earth's ship vanished into deep space, but everyone knew it would return. And next time, it wouldn't come alone. For many years, Earth was quiet. People worked, studied, watched movies, and lived normal lives. Scientists looked into space with big telescopes, but they found nothing unusual. Until one night, everything changed. It was 2:47 a.m. in New York when every satellite around Earth suddenly stopped working. TV signals were lost. GPS systems failed. Airports and military bases received strange codes on their screens. In a secret room deep under Washington, D.C., alarms started ringing. General Marcus, a strong and serious man, entered the control room. "What is happening?" he asked. "Sir, all satellites are down," said the technician, "and we are receiving a signal. It's not from Earth." The signal was repeating the same message again and again. "Prepare for judgment." People around the world began to panic. Social media was full of questions. News channels called it the sky virus, but the military knew this was something much bigger. NASA held an emergency meeting. Scientists confirmed the signal was coming from deep space. It was sent using a technology far ahead of anything humans had. Dr. Aisha Khan, a leading space scientist, was the first to speak clearly. "This is not just a signal," she said. "It's a countdown. We have 7 days." 7 days? Until what? A reporter asked. No one had an answer. All world leaders came together. The United Nations building in New York was full of fear and confusion. President Elena of the United States looked at the screens. "We need to send a response," she said. A short message was sent back into space. "We come in peace. Please explain your message." But there was no reply. Meanwhile, secret programs were activated. The world's most powerful governments opened hidden bases. One of them was called Project Sentinel. Project Sentinel was Earth's last hope. It was built in secret for over 30 years. It included hidden weapons, defense satellites, and a new AI called Lucid. Lucid was smarter than any human and could control global defense systems in seconds. "We hoped we'd never use this," said General Marcus. "But now we must prepare." On the 3rd day, strange things began to happen. Oceans moved differently. Tides were higher than normal. Animals ran away from forests. Birds flew in strange patterns. A strange low sound was heard around the globe, like a hum, coming from the sky. Scientists realized that something big was getting closer to Earth, something invisible to the eye, but very real. Lucid scanned the data and spoke to the leaders for the first time. "The object is not a meteor. It is a ship. Estimated size, 100 kilometers wide. Arrival in 4 days. A spaceship, larger than any city on Earth, was coming." On day 4, the world stopped. People no longer went to work. Schools were closed. Shops were empty. The skies remained clear, but the fear was everywhere. In a bunker in London, Dr. Aisha looked at the signal again. This time, she noticed something different. The signal had patterns. It wasn't just a warning. It was a judgment system. She decoded part of the message. Level 9 species detected. Too aggressive. Not safe. Prepare for cleansing. Humans were called Level 9. That meant dangerous. They think we are too violent, she said to the council. They think we are not ready for space. They want to erase us. The room went silent, but humans are not so easy to destroy. In a mountain base in South America, engineers activated Earth's first stealth weapon satellite. It was called Viper 1. The plan was simple. When the ship arrives, Earth will not bow. Earth will strike first, if needed. On day 6, one more signal came through. This time, it was a voice. It spoke in perfect English. But the voice was not human. It was calm and cold. Earth, you have been found guilty by the Galactic Council. You have 24 hours to surrender all weapons. Your governments must step down. Peace will follow. It ended with one word: comply. On the evening of day 6, all of Earth's leaders met again. Tensions were high. President Elena stood and looked into the camera that connected to every screen on the planet. She said, "We may be small in this universe, but we are not weak. We are not afraid. If they want war, they will see what Earth can do." Behind her, Project Sentinel came online. Lucid's final report showed the alien ship was now near the moon. The countdown had 1 day left. Earth was no longer waiting. Earth was ready. Back on the council station, fear had become a shadow over every room. Ambassador Razath stood near the giant window, looking out into the stars. "They don't want peace," he whispered. "They want us to feel what they felt." For the first time in many years, the Galactic Council ordered a full historical review. They wanted to understand one thing. Why did Earth change? A group of alien historians and intelligence officers began to search through old records. They found secret files, old, hidden messages from Earth's early years in space. 50 years ago, humans had made first contact. They sent peaceful signals into the stars, messages filled with music, art, languages, and offers of peace. One of those signals reached the Zargan Empire, a now banished member of the Council. The Zargans had replied, but not with kindness. They sent a scout ship to Earth, but it was not a mission of peace. It was a mission to steal. The Zargans wanted human technology. They believed Earth was weak and easy to trick, so they pretended to be friends. They came in secret, stole Earth's satellite data, and attacked a space station. They thought humans would surrender, but Earth fought back. The Zargan ship was destroyed, but not before killing over 200 humans. After that, Earth went silent. They shut down all contact with the galaxy. No more messages, no more signals. They built a wall of silence around their planet. The Council, embarrassed by the Zargans' crime, erased the files and told no one. "We didn't want to lose Earth," said one older Council leader. "So we lied." That lie would cost the galaxy more than anyone could imagine. For 50 years, Earth had been alone. Betrayed. Angry. Preparing. New satellite images showed what Earth had done during its silence. Hundreds of orbital stations. Massive shipyards hidden on the moon. Eye-controlled fleets around Mars and Jupiter. Training bases underground and under the oceans. Earth had become a fortress. But it wasn't just building weapons. Earth was changing its way of thinking. No more trusting aliens. No more sending diplomats. No more hope for peace. Earth built machines to speak for them. AI minds, smart and cold, trained to remember the betrayal forever. These minds now controlled their ships, their weapons, and their message to the stars. Never forget. Never trust. Never surrender. Back in the Council station, Razath looked at the final report. It ended with one line: "Earth has built its new soul in steel and silence." The Council gathered once more. Some wanted to speak to Earth again. Others wanted to prepare for war. One voice stood out: General Hikar of the Elan species. "Humans trusted us once. We gave them a knife in return," he said. "Now they are coming back with a sword." There was silence in the hall. Suddenly, alarms rang. The station's scanners picked up movement. Another Earth ship had entered the sector. But this one was bigger, much bigger, the size of a small moon, covered in armor, surrounded by thousands of small drones. The first ship was a warning. This ship was something else. It did not stop. It did not reply to messages. It sent only one signal. 3 words. We remember everything. The council now understood. This was not just about revenge. This was about survival. Earth had chosen its path. A path built on pain. A path built on power. And now, the galaxy would have to choose its own. Fight or fall. Back on Earth, President Elena received the final report from Lucid. Enemy retreating. No sign of second wave. Earth is safe, for now. Everyone in the command room stood and clapped. Some cried. They had done the impossible. Operation Black Sun was a success. But the war was not over yet. Because now, Earth had revealed its power. And the galaxy was watching. The battle was over. The alien mothership, once hovering over Earth like an unstoppable force, was now drifting in space, damaged beyond repair. Its dark form was now a broken giant, its weapons silent. Earth had won. For now. The world celebrated. People cheered in the streets. The news played over and over again, showing footage of Earth's victory. Cities were alive with joy. Fireworks lit up the night sky in places like New York, Rio, and Mumbai. Everywhere, there was hope. But deep in the shadows, things were not as peaceful as they seemed. In the command center of the Earth Defense Force, President Elena stood at the window. Outside, the world was quiet. The alien ship was gone, but something still weighed heavily on her mind. We won, but we don't know what's coming next, she said, turning to General Marcus. He nodded. The council won't just let this go. They might be retreating, but they will be planning something. Lucid, Earth's AI, spoke through the screen. Warning. Unknown signal detected. Origin. Galactic Council. The room fell silent. In the Galactic Council's hidden command center, far from Earth, the leaders of the Council were furious. Their ships were scattered. Their forces were weakened, but their pride was the worst casualty. We underestimated them, said the silver-skinned leader, his voice cold. Another council member, tall and insect-like, spoke. They are stronger than we thought, but Earth cannot be allowed to grow. They will disrupt the balance of the galaxy. They already have, the silver leader said. They've proven that they are not just another primitive species. We cannot let them continue. We will send a warning. Back on Earth, President Elena was having a private conversation with Dr. Aisha Khan. We've won the first battle, but it feels like the war is far from over, Elena said. What do we do next? Dr. Khan sighed. We build. We prepare. We've seen their power, but we've also seen our own strength. We need to be ready for anything. Lucid's voice interrupted. Incoming transmission. Galactic Council. Elena and Dr. Khan exchanged a look. Put it through, Elena ordered. The screen flickered, and the alien leader appeared once again. This time, the silver-skinned figure was alone. His face was stern, and his tone was harsh. Earth, the leader began, his voice echoing through the room. You have won this battle, but do not think for a moment that you have won the war. The words sent a chill through everyone in the room. Your kind is a threat to the galaxy. You will never be allowed to rise above your station. Your planet will never be allowed to become a power. The silver-skinned leader leaned forward, his expression dark. You will cease your resistance now. If you refuse, we will destroy your world and everything you have ever known. Consider this your final warning. The transmission ended. President Elena stood frozen, her fists clenched. The message was clear. The council was not giving up. They would return, and they would bring destruction with them. But Earth would not back down. "We're not finished," Alina said. "Prepare for the next phase. We're not going to let them crush us." At the same time, across the planet, people were watching the broadcast. The news channels repeated the alien message over and over. Some were afraid. Some felt helpless. But most of them were angry. They had seen what Earth was capable of. And now they knew the truth. The Galactic Council was not just an enemy of Earth. They were enemies of humanity. In every major city, in every home, a new wave of unity began. People started to prepare, training, building, gathering supplies. The world was coming together, stronger than before. This time, humanity would fight for its future. Back in the Earth Defense Force Command Center, Lucid spoke again. Galactic Council ships detected. Unknown number. Estimated arrival. 48 hours. General Marcus looked at President Alina. "It's starting again. We need to act quickly." The Council had made its move. The warning was clear. The next battle would determine the fate of Earth. President Alina made a decision. "We're going to strike first," she said. Dr. Aisha Khan raised an eyebrow. "Are we sure we're ready?" "We have to be," Alina said. "The Council won't wait for us to get ready. We'll fight with everything we have." The sun had not yet risen. The alien ship still floated above the Atlantic like a mountain in the sky. Dark clouds swirled around it. Lightning flashed, but no rain came. Earth was holding its breath. Everyone waited for what would happen next. Then, at exactly 3:00 a.m. UTC, Earth answered, but not with words, with fire. From a hidden base in Iceland, a long-range stealth missile was launched. It was called Spear 9, a secret weapon created by Earth's top scientists. It moved faster than sound, invisible to most radars. Its target was a weak spot found by Lucid on the underside of the alien ship. The missile hit. A small explosion, then silence. For a moment, nothing happened. People feared it had failed. Then, boom! A chain of blue sparks spread across the surface of the ship. Part of the alien armor cracked. The world saw it live on television. For the first time, the Council ship was damaged. People cheered in their homes. Soldiers clapped in their bunkers. Hope returned. But the Council did not stay silent for long. From the alien mothership, thousands of Enforcer drones poured out. They flew across oceans like dark birds. Their mission was clear: shut down Earth's defenses, destroy its weapons, and prepare the planet for cleansing. Major cities were under attack. In Berlin, drones cut power to entire blocks. In Cairo, they scanned military bases and launched small bombs. In Los Angeles, people watched as robots flew through the streets, hunting anything with a weapon. But Earth was ready now. Project Sentinel launched Protocol Hammer. From a secret space station above Earth, 5 defense satellites powered up. They fired laser beams at the Enforcers. Over 400 drones were destroyed in the first hour. In India, railguns hidden in the Himalayas began firing magnetic rounds at the ships. Explosions lit up the sky. In Brazil, jungle commandos used EMP grenades to trap and destroy flying drones. In every country, people fought back, not just armies, but civilians too. Farmers used tractors to block drone paths. Mechanics hacked security bots. Students made software to confuse drone systems. Earth was no longer divided. It was united. In the middle of all this, something else was happening. Something strange. Lucid noticed energy signals under the Atlantic Ocean. A hidden signal was being sent from the alien ship to deep under the sea. Dr. Aisha Khan, working in the Sentinel base, ran a scan. "It's not just a ship," she said. "They're building something beneath us." The Council had planted terraforming devices, machines that could change the planet's environment. If activated, Earth's oceans would rise. Its air would change. Humans wouldn't survive. "They don't just want to remove us," she said. "They want to remake Earth." Lucid immediately started Operation Freeze, a mission to stop the underwater machines before they could activate. Meanwhile, the Council leaders watched the chaos from inside their ship. "The humans are more difficult than expected," said one. "They destroyed over 2,000 drones in 5 hours," said another. The silver-skinned leaders stood and spoke. "They are wild, but smart. If we don't act now, others will see them as an example. This must end today." But the Council did not know one thing. Earth had more secrets. In a hidden lab in Australia, Earth scientists had been working on alien tech for years, pieces collected from past UFO crashes. Using this, they built a new kind of weapon, the Echo Blade. It was a high-frequency beam that could cut through almost any metal, including the Council's armor. Lucid sent the design to 8 military bases. Within hours, Earth had its first working alien-based weapon. Elite strike teams were sent to attack key parts of the mothership. Their goal: shut down the control systems inside. Back in Washington, D.C., President Elena watched live feeds from every continent. Cities were fighting back. Drones were falling. People were rising. She turned to the camera once again. "This is not just about Earth. It's about freedom. We will not let them take our home." In the Council ship, alarms were now going off. For the first time in history, the Galactic Council was being pushed back by a single planet. Inside the ship, one of the younger Council members whispered, They are not what we thought." The silver leader narrowed his eyes. "Then we must show them who we are." He ordered the use of the Core Pulse, a massive energy weapon that could destroy a large portion of the planet in one blast. Back on Earth, Lucid gave a final message to the world. "Enemy is preparing a planetary weapon. Massive destruction expected in 12 hours. This is our only chance. We must strike now." The final stage was near. Earth had made its first move. Now it was time to fight back with everything.